regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins. Now it's Wilson.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
Yeah, this is going to put them back in a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
On the handoff, it's Gore. And he'll lose yardage here, back to the 15. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. He dumps it off to Dre, and he's able to get up here to the 26. They'll get 11, but still a little short. Fourth down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at about the 32. Now Bortles. And his first look is incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
To throw is Bortles. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Bortles to the former Jet, Safarian Jenkins for the Jags' first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, it's Bortles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. On second down, here's Yeldon. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
Brandon, unless my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of adjustments the defense is going to make to try and take that away.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And he stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there, but how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, he did everything but get him in the end zone there, but now they're set up. Golden opportunity, strong opening drive, and they're knocking on the door.
And the way that they did it, now look where they are on the field, right? This is naturally set up for a running play, isn't it?
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Niles Paul, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jags have taken the early lead. And he's got it up and through. So he scrambled right, but was able to look back toward the middle of the end zone to find the target.
As you know, in this game, sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, because we all know most guys throwing the football are taught never throw back into the middle of the field on a scramble. He did it and got away with it for a touchdown.
Instinct sometimes, right? They just take over.
Instinct and vision. Sometimes you just see people who are open, you're able to get it to them.
The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot, because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback. The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Here's Tannehill. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dante Fowler able to track him down for a loss of 13, and it'll bring up 4th down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. The numbers for Yeldon on the ground last week. 11 carries, 107 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week has to bring a smile to the faces of the entire coaching staff, because not only are they seeing a back pile up yardage, they're seeing an offensive line in sync. And that bodes well this late in the season.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, Great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. A tackle that time by William Hayes.
Well, after what we just saw, we know that with third down coming up, this is not a gimme for the offense. They've got to figure out what they want to do. Do they challenge their offensive line and try and run it? Or do they go ahead and concede that this is a tough defense and put it in the air?
So they took a shot there on third down, couldn't get it. Now it's fourth. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the fifth time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
A check on the numbers for Kenyon Drake last week. 15 carries, 60 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football. Give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on. Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know they're securing the point of attack.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
This is fielded at the 7. Slips past him.
Where'd he go?
Touchdown, Jaguars. As his guys are in for 6. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Early on, you hit on it. Needing to avoid the big play. Easier said than done, though. There's a big touchdown.
Yeah, but the big thing is when he does get his catches, you've got to tackle him and get him on the ground. Obviously, weren't able to do it on that one.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Now it's Wilson. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And the Dolphins getting set to go here. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Calais Campbell on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
On second down, it's Drake. He'll take this up just shy of the 40. Excellent display of footwork on that run. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first. Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 18. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out Now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They keep it with Yeldon on first down. He'll get 3 up to midfield. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Right back to him on first down. And an alley to run. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And it'll be third down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And sometimes it doesn't matter how big and strong and powerful you are. The defense is going to win an occasional battle, and they did on that one. Stopped him well short of picking up a first down.
And Lambeau will put this one through, and the lead now increases to 20-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Well, we know he has home run hitting ability in the punt return department, and he showcases it there all the way back for 6. Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now let's talk about Kenyon Drake. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
30.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. Sharp there with his feet. Gets him a little extra space. And then drop just inside the 20. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. We'll come back to Miami after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. A chance to really cap off a big 1st half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to go down in the field of play. So they say no to the field goal try. And now time has run out on this 1st half. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Jaguars. In for the score. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. So how about the game he's having? He had the punt return earlier for a touchdown. Now the kick return to balance things out.
And oftentimes, guys who are on punt return and kickoff return, many of them are the same guys. And they're devoted to a return guy who can break big plays. And when that happens and they know it's there, they're going to block that much harder and be that much more skillful as well as utilizing his talents, and this is what you get. Punt return, kick return, a huge game.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Drake will start the drive on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Set. Waiting.
To throw on 2nd down is Tannehill. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. He's going to loft one. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar and some discomfort down there on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. On the give, it's the fullback, Mahana. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. Now a handoff here to Bohannon, the fullback. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Third and 15 here after the 1st and 2nd down plays went in the wrong direction. The give to the fullback on the dive. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And the Jaguars send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. Oh, and now he bowls him over. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Here's Ryan Tannehill and the Dolphin offense back out onto the field. Bottom line, he's got to figure things out. He's completed 3 passes, but 2 of them have been to the wrong team so far.
And when we talk about the best quarterbacks, we're usually talking about touchdown to interception ratio, aren't we? And 2 to 1 is acceptable, but the top line guys, 3 to 1 or better is what they're looking for. Now we're talking about Interceptions versus completions. That's not a ratio should ever be in any discussion.
Time to establish the run game. It's Gore. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last two drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They'll stick to the ground game with Gore. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Gore. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
On second down, here's Tannehill. And he's got Mike Gesicki, his rookie tight end. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get great matchup and make plays like that.
And he's able to get it up close to the 35, but hang on here. Penalty marker down.
Illegal block in the
This
back.
one might be going the other way.
Team.
So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back, that penalty will move them back.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 24. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Bobby McCain here, the one who brings him down.
And there's the pickup you want on first down. All offenses say, you get me 4 on first down, we'll take it. How about if you get 5? They'll really be happy.
On second down, here's Bortles. And connecting here with DJ Shark. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, Bortles. Paul bringing it in. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the give, this is their fullback. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
They'll run with a fullback, Bohannon. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Flushed out right. Caught, Severian Jenkins, right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Elsewhere around the NFL, they're in the third quarter in Carson. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. Bortles now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. They run the draw here. This is the fullback, Bohannon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal. This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal.
And that's why that position was created. Big, powerful, strong guy who can carry the ball and plow forward. That's exactly why you have him on the field.
Here's Bohannon, the fullback. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Tommy Bohannon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Now it's Wilson. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, don't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, correct?
And this will be caught at the 30. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for the Dolphins. 43 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. They go with the screen to Gore. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season. Here we are in December. Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw. Where Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast, when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech.
Hey, 4 down.
A first down carry now for Yeldon. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, Yeldon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Bortles going to give to Yeldon. And an alley to run. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Now Bortles will give to Yeldon down to the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Jacksonville, their hopes of a 500 season stay alive as they move to 7-8 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.